Please celebrate yourselves one more time. So now I'm going to welcome our youth president, Dr. Precious Uwagbai. If your hands are not too busy, please make welcome Dr. Precious.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to stand on existing protocol, but I want to recognize the presence of our chairman, board of trustees. Thank you for coming, Senator. We are so blessed to have you. I also want to celebrate the international president. I'm not hearing you shouting. I also want to appreciate Professor Tayo. Thank you very much for collaborating with us. We are so blessed to have you in the house. And my friend, Gaze Baba, we are so blessed to have you. So blessed. I have an assignment this beautiful afternoon. If you can put my note on the screen, that would be good. I'm going to be very brief, fast, and swift. And I'll be speaking about a topic that has been captioned possibility mentality. Before I commence with definition of terms and the objective of this course, I want every one of us to look up. There is something standing in the middle of this hall. This is an experiment, all right? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. One person from there, can you tell me what is this? What do you think it is? Anybody from there? It's a pole. Okay. Somebody from here, what is this? A camera. All right. Someone from here, what do you think this is? Huh? CCTV. Okay, now what I have just done is I have just showed you the same object, but different people giving it different perception. Now, possibility mentality has to do with interpretation of pictures for you to accomplish a glorious destiny. But this is it. Your perception to things is defined by your understanding of that thing you are seeing. We are all looking at the same pole, but giving it different interpretations. Now, that is to say to you, if you can understand a thing better, you will do better. If you know better, you will advance better. And that's why this lecture is so critical, and the objective of this course are as follows. Number one, for you to understand the meaning, the core meaning of possibility mentality, so you can have a better perception. Number two, so you can understand the secret of creativity and productive thinking. Number three, so you can turn your problems to projects. In the Chinese dictionary, there is no word for problem. They only have project in the dictionary. That's why a Chinese man will tell you Shan Shun Ju. Shan Shun Ju means whenever you have a problem, that's what they see. And it means good thinking, good product. If you can think well, you will have a good product. How many of you are ready to go to China? All right, I'll be shocking you this morning. Now, the next objective, which is the last, is helping you to avoid the obstacles to possibility mentality. There are obstacles that can stop you. If you know them, you'll be able to avoid them. Now, what is possibility mentality? Very quickly, I call it the development of your mind positively and productively to process the fulfillment of your destiny. The development of your mind positively and productively in faith to process the fulfillment of your glorious destiny. Now listen, the difference between a madman and a normal man is the mind. When something goes wrong with your mind, something has gone wrong with your way of thinking. And when something goes wrong with your way of thinking, it has affected your destiny. A madman has one head, a normal man has one head. A madman has two legs, a normal man has two legs. The only difference is a tweak in the mind. Now, for you to see how creative God is, He knows how valuable your head is. That's why He gave you a skull to protect your brain. He knows how valuable your heart and your lungs are. That's why He gave you rib cage to protect them. This is God, very delicate. But you are living your life carelessly because you don't understand what possibility mentality is. Let me, first of all, from that definition, address the young people who are jumping on trends on social media. Listen to me. If you are jumping on trends, I beg you, be careful. Not all trends should be your trend. Have you seen the latest trend by that Wahala crew now? How many of you have seen it? Fagbo, right? Have you seen that trend? Now, let me tell you what happens. When you apply for visa, they go to check your social media handles now. And when they check it and see that you're not doing well, or maybe there's something you are portraying, they deny you the visa based on what they've seen. So from henceforth, be careful and be proactive. Progressively think about your future and constructively guide yourself to behave towards that future. You will get there. Now listen to this. Your mindset is the gateway to your future. So possibility mentality is the belief that solution exists for every problem and opportunities can be created. Are you hearing me? Every time you see a problem, what possibility mentality does is that it gives you the ability to think to use your mind and construct a solution in the face of that problem. Let me give you a practical example. If everyone gets to a particular point and we can all see a wall and we are screaming and saying this is a wall, someone with a possibility mentality will be looking for a door, no matter how small it is, to get out of that problem. My prayer for everyone in this conference today is that after this conference, every time a problem is given to you, what comes to your mind is, what is the quickest way to get out of it? I pray that you'll begin to have the wisdom and the solution to turn those problems into testimonies. That your amen is looking for my trouble. Now listen to this. The greatest attack on a youth is an attack on his mind. Your mind tells me how far you can go in life. If you will succeed in future, your mind. If I can tell what you are thinking, I can tell where you will get to. Nothing will stop it. If you think you are a success, you are successful. If you think you are a failure, you have failed. Not you will fail. The moment you start thinking, you have confirmed what you are thinking. So I want us to be very intentional from this moment. You see, at the point where you were born, you were a seed. But God saw you as a tree. But you were a seed and you were brought into this world. You see, God is so intentional. He knows that this seed will one day grow up to become a tree. Now, until you can see yourself from God's perspective, you cannot become what you will become. Let me show you something very carefully, how God sees things. Are you ready for this? Now, this is a secret. This is a mystery. This is a code that is prepared specifically for you. How does God see things? Number one, he saw darkness at the beginning of the scriptures and he said, let there be light. He didn't talk about the darkness. He just called what he wanted. So the next time you have a problem, can you stop talking the problem and focus on the solution? The problem we have in this part of the world is that when we have problems, we discuss the problem. In Kenya, if you ask somebody for something and they don't have it, they will say, oh, I'm sorry. Pole, I don't have it. In Nigeria, when you ask somebody for something that you have a problem, they will give you a bigger problem to explain their reason why they cannot help you. And a person with possibility mentality should not reason that way. The best way to solve anybody's problem is by either encouraging the person, giving to the person, or praying with the person. Even if you don't have, you have sense. Did you hear what I just said? Even if you don't have something in your pocket, you have something in your head to give. There is always something with you to give. Number two, how does God see things? He saw a man called Abraham, exalted father. He was a father of nothing. But God called him Abraham, a father of multitudes, when he had not one child. So God's perspective is see your future from his eyes and you will get to your future. Let me shock you. Let me break your heart right now. If you have not seen yourself driving an SUV, living with a comfortable family, traveling abroad and having a good life, I'm sorry, you may not get there. Whatever you can see, you can seize. So the motive of this lecture is get back home and be intentional about what you want to become. I had the story of a man called Dr. Cosmos Maduka. He has never sat in the four walls of the university. He started his business with 200 naira. He went to church instead of going to open the shop for his master. And his master kicked him out, gave him 200 naira. He used the 200 naira to start an Akara business. And Dr. Cosmos started his life from Akara Point. As I speak with you today, he's one of the billionaires in this country. He has a rice factory, he has corn factory, he has a real estate company. He's doing so well for himself. Time will fail me to talk more about him. But let me move abroad to somebody called R.G. Letonio. R.G. Letonio was so poor, was from a very broke home, kicked out of school because he couldn't pass mathematics. But when divine wisdom came on this guy, the same course he was kicked out of school for, he founded his own university and began to lecture mathematics. Is somebody hear what I'm saying? So no matter what they have said you cannot become, the only way you can get there is by changing the way you think. If you see yourself as a failure, I did not say you will fail. You have already failed. So from today, see yourself. Now look at that R.G. Letonio on the screen. Now look at him with his bald head. Do you know that when God blessed that man, he lived his entire life on 10% of his income and gave God 90%. At his point of death, he said, when I finally go, write on my casket, churchman. This young man, via the wisdom of God, invented 2/3 of the art-moving equipment used to fight the Second World War. He was heavily productive. Let me bring you back home. Maybe it's a long time ago. What about Walt Disney? Walt Disney is the founder of Disneyland. He was fired from his 9-to-5 job. Why was he fired? They said he lacked creativity. So he went back home and began to look at the rats that they were cohabiting together. You know, he had a very poor home and rats used to run around. They were his roommates. So he was looking at the rats and discussing and thinking about his future. Now, some people, after you have been sacked, they'll just give up. Now hear me. Every time there is a setback, it's an opportunity for a launch out. If anybody ever tells you no, hear me, try again. If you are rejected, that's not a stopping point. It's only a learning curve. Learn something new and step out of that problem. It will please you to know that from that room where Walt Disney was looking at those rats, he came up with the mentality and the idea of Mickey Mouse. And he turned his rats in his house to a comic story and began to sell it and made his first $1 million. What are you doing with the cockroach in your house? What are you doing with the mosquito in your house? What are you doing with that wall gecko in your room? There's somebody today, you saw a rat before coming here. What are you doing with it? Tell your neighbor, go back home and make use of that rat. Go back home, use that cockroach. Go back home, use that mosquito. Go back home. Take advantage of your current situation. At this point, I want to share this with you. On campus, as an undergraduate for 3 years as a medical student, I was sleeping on the floor. I didn't have where to sleep. But right now, I have tenants and I have an estate. They pay me rent every year. But I started from the floor. Now, there is a perception you get when you come to YDI. There is a change, there is a shift to your perception. You have a different perspective to life. If every other person is seeing it as the highway, graduate, jackpot, graduate, jackpot. When you come to YDI, you will understand that you don't just need to graduate and jackpot. You need to understand that there are marketable skills you must know before you jackpot. If you jackpot without marketable skills, you will jackpot with poverty. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You must look out for marketable skills in the country of interest. Don't go abroad. Now, I am so passionate because I practice with Nottingham University Hospital before I came back to Nigeria recently. Now, I see a lot of Africans begging to eat, begging for menial jobs. Sir, I saw a man and the wife, both lawyers, doing care job. You know what it means? Washing people's bum, changing their diapers, and cleaning number 2. So please, I beg you in the name of God, one of my drive in this course is don't just follow the bandwagon. If everyone is running, ask yourself, in what direction are we going and what are we running from? Let me break your mind. Are you ready for this? It is easier to make it in a third world country than to make it in a first world country. Should I prove it to you? Can I prove it to you? I'm a scientist and I can give you illustrations. Can I have one person from there? Just one person. Come quickly. Can I have one person from here? Come quickly. Ma'am, you can go that way. Just go with him. Go with him. Now, listen to me. Let's assume, this is Africa, right? So let's assume this is 9. Okay, Africa. Now, this is a professor who has gone to England, all right, to work. Now, listen to this. This professor is going to a developed country. Now, in the developed country, they have, according to the name developed, they have developed everything. You cannot come there and say you want to invent aircraft. The Wright brothers have done it. You can't come there to say you want to come up with Disneyland. Somebody's already there, Walt Disney. You can't come up and say you want to have Hollywood Hall of Fame because there are people there, all right? Let me not mention names. Now, it's limited for these people to break through in their country, which they have relocated to. So what will they do? What they will do is to look for a job and follow the status quo. Now, I'm giving you practical because I have seen it. Now, in this country, number one you will suffer is taxation. Taxation is so high that if your salary is £8,000, you may end up going home with 6,200. Taxation cuts a lot. If you have it, put it on the screen. I want to show you how they deduct tax in the UK. You work from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, and you see the way your tax leaves your account. So from £8,000, about 1,700 to 1,800 has been taken off by tax. Not explainable. So I told the management, I said, you know what? I don't want you to calculate my pension from me. Give me my pension. Just give me everything. Because hear me, it's important to understand that you cannot break through easily. You know why? They subject you to the circle. So everything you do, you work for them, they collect the tax. You work again, they collect the tax. It keeps going around. Now let me shock you. Stop thinking that that money is a big money. You are converting a UK currency to a Nigerian currency. They are not spending it in Nigeria, they are spending it there. It's nothing. For some of them, they will regret they ever sold 2 of their houses to relocate to the UK. Because it will take you a long time to buy that house back. Now, let's come back to this Nai. This Nai is a very sharp man. No, this is his daughter. Daughter, go and stand behind the mommy. Mommy, come forward. All right. So this is the husband, this is the wife, and this is the daughter. Now, because he's at home, point number 1, he's not paying for residence. I hope you know there's something they call permanent resident permits that they pay for. I paid a white woman over £2,000 to do my papers. They gave me sponsorship to come and work in the hospital. But I paid that woman over £2,000 to work on the document. In this Nigeria, you are paying nothing. You are breathing for free. Can I show you how beautiful Nigeria is? When was the last time you did a business and you paid tax? All those people doing POS, all those people doing online delivery, selling on WhatsApp. Has EFCC called you before? Okay, go to this country and try it. Are you seeing what I'm talking about? So the next time you think about traveling abroad, please look at the opportunities in an underdeveloped country. Bring those ideas of this developed country and bring it here and establish it. Let me give you two examples and I'll let you go. Number one, there's something called M-Pesa. I saw it when I traveled to Kenya. It is a means of using your phone number to save money and transfer money everywhere. It took over the entire Kenyan market, and one of our boys brought it to Nigeria and called it OPay. And today OPay is becoming popular. Am I talking? Okay, there's another one called Ajiri. Ajiri is a job-seeking website. Any kind of menial job you want to do is on Ajiri app. Now, we don't have that in Nigeria. I've given you an idea. Thank you very much. Go back to your seat. All right. Now, listen, this is very important. A man called Charles Lipe Griggs, now this is really, really critical, was the founder of 7-Up. He tried it 6 times and failed. On the 7th time, he got it and called it 7-Up. That is 6 down, 7 up. I beg you, if you must fail, fail on time. Failure is not a destination. Failure is part of the process. It takes possibility mentality for you to keep thinking and thinking and thinking to get the result. Now, as I come to a close, because of our time, what are, this is important, the obstacles to possibility mentality? Number one, ignorance. I beg you, university students, graduates, first class holders, professors, doctors, let's read books. Please, let's read. You are not ignorant until you lack a knowledge about a relevant area that you find yourself. If you find yourself in an area and you don't have enough information about that area, I am sorry, you may have PhD, but you are an educated illiterate. So ignorance is number one. Let's fight it with everything. E.W. Kenyon said, make your brain sweat and you will enjoy the sweet out of it. The next obstacle to possibility mentality is wrong association. I beg you, when you put a seed in the ground, you water it. Am I correct? After watering it and the seed starts germinating, what do? You remove the weeds around the seed. Those weeds are your association. Evaluate your association consistently. Every year when it's June 10th, which is my birthday, I sit with my phone and scroll from the beginning to any part I can, evaluating, deleting, blocking, and editing contacts. You must be conscious about it. God is so conscious that he specifically knows why he brought you into that family. It is you that is not conscious. You are just living life anyhow. What will be will not be. Be careful of the association you have. The first law of association states that the company you keep determines your level of assimilation. That is, your association determines your assimilation. So you will reason by virtue of your company, of your association. The second law states that your accomplishment in life is a product of the company you keep. So you will succeed if you keep a successful company, and you will fail if you keep a failing company. The final point states that the company you keep will either enhance your effort and frustrate your error, or it will frustrate your effort and enhance your error. So choose your friends wisely. A wise man said, show me your friends and I'll tell you your future. It's very easy to predict where you are going if you have a wrong association. Point number 3, the absence of vision. A vision is a mental picture of your actual future. If you have a vision concerning your destiny, that is what should inform you on who you will marry. Don't just marry anybody. Now hear this. If you marry the right person, you have succeeded by 75%. 25% depend on you for you to make it in life. But guess what? If you marry the wrong partner, you have failed by 75%. Only God will help you with the 25% that is left for you to make it. You will not fail. Say with me, I'm a value-adding personality. Say with me, I'm a value-adding personality. I am young. I'm a disciple. I'm international. As I close, the next point, obstacle to possibility mentality, is sin. One thing that sinks a person is sin. Sin brings stinking things and it makes you to sink. Sin, it brings stinking things and it makes you to sink. Now, listen to me. A Yahoo boy came to my office many years ago and he told me, he said, doctor, since I slept with this girl, my finances has gone down. I said, I cannot find it medically. I can't find it medically. He was asking me what can he do that since he slept with this girl, his finances has gone down. I said, in medicine, it is not there. There is no test to do to prove that your finances went down after sex with this lady. But I can check for STD. I can check for STI. But I can't check for STD demons. Sexually transmitted demons. I can't see that. I can't see that. So be intentional about who you sleep with. And time will fail me. I like to respect time. But I beg you, you see a hookup girl, fear no catch you. You carry her into your house. What if she turned to snake in the midst of the performance? Who will you call? Stand to your feet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Precious. So many gems that we can pick up. No. When you hear no, don't feel sad. See it as the next opportunity. He also encouraged us to ensure that as you're traveling abroad, make sure you have marketable skills. Because a lizard in Nigeria will still be a lizard in UK. It's not going to change. It's not going to become a crocodile. is based on what you have on your inside. So make sure you develop the relevant skills. He also made us know that failure is just an event. The only time you become a failure is when you fail and you refuse to rise up again. And the picture of your future is impacted by the association and the information that you listen to. Thank you so much for that powerful session, Dr. Precious.
Consider subscribing to my channel. It's free and it's fun. You can join the squad and you won't miss out on any of my future uploads.